Stewart Cable Communications, Channel 5 presents High School Wrestling, Super Region 7 and 8 from Cherry Hill East High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Nick Burzichelli along with John Vogeding and Steve Anuszewski, and we are at Region 7 and 8, the Super Regionals, the first time in high school wrestling history that this type of tournament setup has been established, and that's because of the Princeton situation. But wrestling is extremely well here tonight. Place winners from Region 7 and 8, 1, 2, and 3 are wrestling in the first round right now as we speak, and John, the first round is really paying off.
Oh, plenty of sparks so far, and Region 8 started out like a house of fire. They didn't do well 103, but every weight class thereafter they started getting 3 competitors through. 2s and 3s are wrestling in the first round. The round we're going to see tonight will have the champions from Region 7 and 8 coming back, so more sparks yet to fly.
Winners go on to Atlantic City?
The winner goes to Atlantic City, plus he brings the man he beats in this round to Atlantic City. The only drawback to it is that when they get to Atlantic City on Friday night, the person who loses in the second round tonight doesn't know what he's doing on Friday night until the winner tonight wrestles. If he wrestles and wins, the loser in the second round tonight continues to wrestle in the wrestlebacks. If the winner in the second round tonight loses, the loser tonight is out.
Okay, and Steve, you're pretty familiar with the North Jersey wrestling, and you're pretty familiar with the seating situation. When will they seat this tournament? I know it's seated now. What happens from here with the wrestlers?
Well, the seating is already done, Nick. The only thing that's going to happen is the wrestlers going to advance right in the brackets that they're already in. What's going to happen is they'll go to Atlantic City and there'll be a quarterfinal round of wrestling. That is the quarterfinals of the states. If you can win tonight, you're in the quarterfinals of the states in the round that we're going to be covering, which is the pre-quarterfinal round.
Okay, I'm sorry, Steve. So it's important for wrestlebacks. The first round for Atlantic City, if the person wins first round of Friday night, there may be an opportunity for a loser to continue on.
Right, the wrestling that's going on behind us, Nick, whoever loses that round is finished for the season. Now, the next round, which is very important because if you win, you advance to the quarterfinals. And all you have to do that is win one match to place in the top 6 in the state. If you lose, you're still in it and you can come back for as high as third. But you need the person who beats you tonight to win Friday night in the quarterfinals.
So it's a pretty interesting situation. You lose to a wrestler tonight, you actually start pulling for him to win the next round.
There's no doubt. It's just like the NCAA Nationals, Nick.
Okay, great. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break from Cherry Hill East High School. We'll come back right after this. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cherry Hill East High School. Nick Burzichelli along with Steve Anuszewski on this match, and we're going to be at 103 pounds. We're going to see Justin Hurst of Lenape. He's 26-2-0. He's from Region 7. He's going up against Brett Matter of Delran. He's 29-4, and he's also from Region 7. And there you can see Justin Hurst.
And he's wrestled Matter before. He's got a win over Matter, and here they go, Nick.
Justin Hurst from Lenape, he's in the red.
Hurst moving in.
What we should really tell our viewers is that we have 2 mats going on here tonight, and when we switch over to the other mat, I'll have John Vogeding, and then when we are on camera, I'll have Steve Anuszewski, and Steve will be basically telling us what's happening on the other mats.
Yeah. Nick, in this match, you have 2 guys from Burlington County, both wrestling in that Burlington Liberty Conference. They're out of bounds. Safara is also in this weight class from Shawnee High School. He advanced with a bye over Joel Thomas, so he's alive. You have 3 guys from this conference and from this area wrestling right at this time. Safara's coming up on the other mat.
So 1:16 remaining in the first period. Winners go on to Atlantic City Convention Hall.
Nice dump there by Hurst, picking up the first takedown of the match over the freshman Matter. Matter advanced to this round with a stunning upset of Joe LaMaffa, the sophomore from Highland.
Steve, a lot of young wrestlers in this 103-pound weight class.
Yeah,
I know we're going to see Bob Hansen. He's from Buena, just a freshman.
Yeah, a lot of young wrestlers, usually at 103. It's some really good wrestlers. Hurst is a number 2 seed in this weight class in the state, Nick.
Hurst, just a sophomore, is 26-2-0. He's leading 2-0 over Brett Matter of Delran. Delran from Region 7 really had a nice region.
Had a great region, Nick. They had a great year. They were 3rd in the state of New Jersey in Group 2, losing in the semifinal round and winning the consolation match after winning the sectional title. And they've had some great individuals. They had more place winners in Region 7 than any other team.
And there's the first stall warning called against Matter of Delran.
Here's Hurst working for the what we call the Hamilton ride, or ball and chain.
No points awarded. And in tonight's in this bout, Matt Ricco is the center referee, and the side official is going to be John Tedis. Ricco flipping the coin.
Justin Hurst from Lenape has 2 losses. That's Russ Menudo, the head coach of Lenape High School. Menudo's had a lot of success in the last few years.
Hurst from Lenape on top. He's leading 2-0. He's seated number 2 in this bracket.
Matter 3rd in the regions, advanced with the upset win. Only a freshman.
So it's called out of bounds. They'll start in the center, 149 remaining.
Nick, Brett Matter is the son of Andy Matter. Andy Matter was a 2-time national champion at Penn State University. Andy's in attendance tonight. He has an older son who was injured in the regions and is unable to compete in the state. He was also a qualifier at 135.
The winner of this match will wrestle Friday night, 6 p.m. in Atlantic City.
That's a quarterfinal round, Nick, and 1 match away from being a state place winner.
For some of these wrestlers, this is their 2nd match of the evening.
Right.
We saw Justin Hurst got a bye the 1st round, and this is Brett Matter's 2nd match of the evening. And
that's right,
you can
Nick.
see Justin Hurst, the experience. He's got a cross-face cradle now, just over a minute remaining. He'll rock him back, and he does it extremely well. He's got Matter in trouble.
Big trouble, trouble, Nick. Could be over.
He'll put the head in the side of the temple, the knee in the side, and he's going to be putting Matter's shoulders to the mat.
He's going to just have to get out of
it.
Oh, he can't do it.
1 minute and 16-second fall. Winner's 2nd period, so 3:16.
Yeah, and Justin Hurst, the number 2 seed, advances to the quarterfinals of the state tournament. He's going to Atlantic City in the winner's bracket, Nick.
So good job by Justin Hurst, one of the favorites to win the 103-pound title. And now we're over at the mat number 2. And John, Steve, we appreciate that. And now we're on mat number 2 with Bob Hansen of Buena going up against Mike Safar of Shawnee.
5-2 the score, Nick. Hansen is winning. He's undefeated. He's going against Mike Safar of Shawnee, who has lost 4 times, but only twice at this weight class. He lost twice to Hurst, who you just saw wrestle. His other losses were up at 112 with Mike Saul of Millville and Rule of Burlington Township.
So Safara injured for Shawnee. You can see Hansen leading 5-2. And again, Hansen, just a freshman from Buena. He's from Region 8.
Safara got the opening takedown, Nick. Hansen kept battling him, got an escape, then he got a takedown late in the match, had Safara on his back, but didn't get a 2 count. Got 1 swing and then the buzzer blew, so he led 3-2 after 1. He reversed in this period, so he has the 5-2 lead. You see Safara down on the mat. Roger Pullen is the gentleman furthest from the camera on the right-hand side. That's the head coach of Shawnee High School.
The officials for this match is Howie O'Neill and Roy Fenimore.
Junior against the freshman. That Justin Hurst that you saw wrestle, Nick, had 2 losses. One of them to Safar in a dual meet.
The Buna coaching staff trying to give some instructions to their young wrestler. Head coach Doug Castellari on the right-hand side, they're All-American from Temple University. And we'll continue. 54 seconds remaining in the second period. Bob Hansen of Buna leading 5-2. He's on the top.
Through that first round, Nick, where all the seconds and thirds wrestled, Region 8 had 7 weight classes where they have 3 wrestlers left. There are 2 weight classes where they have 2 apiece, and Region 8 had 4 weight classes where they advanced 3 wrestlers. Of course, in this round, all the champions are wrestling. So Hansen, the champion of Region 8.
So this is the first round. We'll see all the Region 7 and 8 champions. 27 seconds remaining in the second period. Hansen of Buna leading 5-2. And John, as I mentioned earlier, while this match is going on, Steve Anuszewski is watching the 112-pound weight class, and that's Ed Gross of Delsey going up against Jerry Belind of Camden Catholic.
At Bolin, an interesting story, Nick. I'll jump in just for a quick second here. His family got transferred. It is out in San Francisco, and they've flown back now twice to see him wrestle.
So 10 seconds remaining in the second period.
Well, Hansen's tough, Nick.
6 seconds. You know, it's very crucial in tournament wrestling, John, that the wrestlers wait until they're tapped by the official.
That's right.
Because you can hear the sounds, the buzzards going on, the whistles going on the next mat, and you know, you can inadvertently stop and get some points scored against you. So it's important that these wrestlers continue wrestling until they're pulled off by the ref.
That's interesting, Nick. You're absolutely right. There's so much confusion in the gym when you got 2 mats going, and well, there must be, what, 4,000, 5,000 people in here tonight? Well, I mean, it is jam-packed.
Sold out crowd for the first time that we've seen this Super Region format put together, and that was all because Princeton has gotten so expensive.
Right.
The state really, couldn't afford to put on a tournament there, so this was the better of all evils.
And not available a lot of times, too.
Sure.
3 out of 4 years, they made the wrestlers wait another week before they came back, so that's pretty tough on wrestlers. You've gone through that before where you got to hold weight. Interesting call by Safara here, Nick, in this third period. He elected to take the neutral position. He took Hansen down to start the match, but Hansen escaped and then took him down. So Safara is counting on maybe a takedown and back points to go in the lead because he's losing 5-2.
Sure, so as you said, Hansen of Buna leading 5-2. Just a freshman, the winner of Region 8. He's in deep on a double leg. He's trying to back heel trip, no points awarded yet.
Oh, he's not going to have room.
And
tough little dude.
Sure, Safara able to get out of bounds and start over.
Tough little freshman, Nick. We saw John Mondelli interview him last week after the match, and as Mondelli said just a few months ago, you were a midget wrestler. Now you're with the big time, the big boys.
Well, exactly right. I mean, X amount of months ago, he was there wrestling in the 13 and 14 age group, and now here he is wrestling up against seniors and trying for his first state championship.
And this round, of course, the same thing as at Princeton being a preliminary round, a pre-quarterfinal round tonight. Hansen wins the night. Nick, he's in the quarterfinals of the state tournament.
And we're going to go to mat 1 and very briefly ask Steve Anuszewski what's happening. Steve, we can see Ed Gross of Delsey. I think he's leading 2-0. There's 31 seconds remaining.
Nick, we're in the second period. Gross scored a second period takedown over Jerry Boland from Camden Catholic, the Region 7 champion. Scored it with 1:30 left, and he's been riding him ever since. You can see Boland comes to his feet. Gross is really tough on top, Nick.
Okay. Appreciate that, Steve. And we'll see if we can get back to the Hansen match, and we're back to the Bob Hansen Safari match, and Hansen is leading 5-4 with 43 seconds remaining in the third period. So the match is tightened up, John.
Sure has, and that was as close a call as you can get. Well, now wait a minute. Now they took the points away, right?
The score clock now says 5-2.
Right,
you were watching. Why don't you tell us what happened?
I didn't think it was a takedown either. Originally, referee Howie O'Neill gave 2 for a takedown, but I thought they landed out of bounds, and there's been a reversal. Roy is the referee in charge, and Howie O'Neill is the referee in charge, and Roy Fenimore is the assistant in this, and they must have conferred and saw what I saw. I saw him land out of bounds, so it is still 5-2, no takedown.
Okay, Hansen just 20 seconds away from advancing. 15 seconds. He's leading 5-2.
He can afford to give up 2, no more.
Safari cross-facing, trying to lateral drop. He needs 3 points. He's got a quarter Nelson in 2 seconds left. Not going to have enough time. And Bob Hansen of Buna extends his record. He is now 28-0, and he goes on to Friday night's championship in Atlantic City. So just a freshman, and he's 28-0 now. And we'll take a break and come back to Cherry Hill East High School right after this. And we're at 112 pounds, where Bob Schnurr of St. James, he's 28-1-0. He's a senior. He's going up against Tom Casino. He's an Oakbrook. And while we wait, let's check with Steve Anuszewski over on mat number 1, where Ed Gross is now wrestling.
Minute to go, Nick. Gross leads 3-1, and they go out of bounds. 56 seconds left in the bout. Gross is the runner-up from Region 8 at 112 pounds, was third in the state at 103 last year.
53 seconds remaining in that match. Ed Gross of Delsey, he's in the red. He's going up against Jerry Boland from Camden Catholic. He's in the green.
Trying to hold off Boland here. 3-1, no warnings, Nick.
112-pound weight class, and Ed Gross really had an outstanding Region 8 tournament.
Gross trying to advance to the quarterfinals. Last year, he was upset in this round of wrestling on Wednesday night. He was a region champ, was upset in his first match, came all the way back and took third, Nick. 20 seconds to go. Gross is injured.
John Tedis, the official for this match.
Gross was injured, Nick. I think at the end of his final match, he tried a desperation. He tried to jump up when he was wrestling Bob Schnurr to get him off of his leg. And in doing so, I think he pulled something in the hamstring area, and it's really caused him problems tonight.
Yeah, and you and I know that when we get to this stretch of wrestling, very difficult to overcome injuries. I mean, you've been going to wear and tear the whole season. It's very difficult to overcome them. 15 seconds remaining in this match. Ed Gross of Delsey leading 3-1.
Boland's in, Nick.
He's in on a single. He's trying to go to a double. No
nice
points.
Crotch throw. Nice crotch throw by Gross to get his leg free.
So that'll be it. Ed Gross of Delsey will go on. He wins by the score of 3-1 over Jerry Boland of Camden Catholic. And John, why don't you bring us up to date? We're with Schnurr and Casino.
Okay, we are, and we get a wild one. Schnurr had the early takedown, and Casino reversed him. You have the Region 8 winner, Bobby Schnurr from St. James, and Tom Casino come in third in Region 8 by beating Ernie Maiden 1-0 after he lost to Schnurr 10-3 in the semifinals down there. So this is just a Region 8 semifinal rematch. You see a reversal.
You need to see Bob Schnurr goes in with an elbow roll into a half Nelson. He has Tom Casino of Overbrook in trouble. 41 seconds remaining in the first period. Schnurr gets a 2-point reversal and a 2-point near fall. 3-point near fall, I'm sorry. It's now 7-2. Bob Schnurr of St. James leading. Casino from Overbrook, he's 25-3-1. He's just a sophomore.
Casino wrestled earlier this evening, Nick, and he wrestled Greg Harrison of Del Rand, and he pinned that wrestler in 1 minute and 48 seconds. So that was his 25th win of the year. Schnurr, of course, coming in here with 28-1, and we all know his only loss, Nick, was to Ed Gross.
District 31 finals.
And come back and avenged it in the Region 8 finals, winning by a point 8-7 after having that big lead in the districts and getting pinned. Two-time region champion, second in the regions a year ago. Roy Fenimore is the official on the mat. He's being assisted in this particular bout by Dave Smith.
And that's the end of the first period, where Schnurr of St. James leads 7-2. We're at 112 pounds. Cherry Hill East High School and a packed crowd.
Oh, just like last Saturday night at Absegami. Fact is, I think there are more people in here than there were in Absegami,
Well,
Nick.
the public address announcer has been encouraging people to move in because there are people still outside waiting to get in.
Is that why you kept moving closer to me?
I was trying to sell tickets, but Stan wouldn't let me out of the truck to let people in.
And how about that 50-50 tonight, huh? $400 and some plus?
Yeah, real nice.
Somebody from Paulsboro won it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yep. Paulsboro people have been extremely lucky with that 50-50. They won twice over at Apsagami High School, and they win tonight.
You just missed it at Apsagami.
Second period, Schnurr of St. James on top, leading 7-2.
He looks strong, Nick. Bobby Schnurr looks very, very strong. Talking to Nicky Marina before the matches started tonight, and he said his mind is set on taking them one at a time, and he'd like to get to that state final. He sure has a head start right now.
Regions 1 and 2, or Super Regions 1 or 2, up at Wapkill Valley.
I think Union is hosting. No, 3 and 4 is Union. Red Bank 5 and 6. And here we are with 7 and 8. Cherry Hill East. And this really what this is. Again, this is the preliminary round of the state tournament we've already gone through tonight. This is the pre-quarterfinal round. The winners from this round are in the quarterfinals, and in order for the loser in this round to continue wrestling Friday night in Atlantic City, the guy that beats him tonight must advance.
1:16 remaining in this period. Schnurr leading 7-2.
The first weight class of the evening, Nick. Form held true. The 2 regional champions both won. Bob Hansen of Region 8 and Justin Hurst of Region 7. Did not hold true in 112 because Jerry Bolin, the Region 7 champion, got beat, and Ed Gross, who was second in Region 8, advanced.
45 seconds. Schnurr leading 7-2.
You know, Region 8, the last 10 years or so, Nick, has really been one of the dominant regions in the state tournament. Have done very, very well.
Now, John, does this Super Region take some type of effect on that? Because now 7 and 8 are wrestling right now. They are knocking each other off before they even get to Atlantic City.
It certainly can. I mean, you're not going to get 3 from one region. Well, it's tough to get 3 from one region to advance. You can. It's possible tonight to get 3 from one region to advance. But as you see right here, Ed Gross already beat Jerry Bolin, 112 pounds. Bob Schnurr is leading Tom Casino here. Schnurr the champ at Region 8. Gross second place. Schnurr, Casino third place. Quite possibly could have been 1, 2, 3 upstate, but because it is set up, you're not going to have all 3 of them there. Right,
and we just saw Casino get an escape. It's now 7-3, 18 seconds remaining. Casino in on a nice double leg. He gets a takedown. It's now 7-5, 12 seconds remaining in this 112-pound match. Schnurr of St. James leading. 5 seconds, Schnurr outside on a switch. And at the end of the second period, and what an exciting match this is built up to be. Bob Schnurr of St. James leading 7-6.
Boy, you can't rest, can you? Here's a senior against a sophomore, and the sophomore said, oh no, not time to quit yet.
And there we are, we're on the first mat, and we can see we're at 100
and... on his back, Michael Ware losing 6-3.
You can hear Steve Anuszewski. Why don't you bring us up to date on this one?
Oh, it's been a close match, but Sandelier has just blown it open. It's 9-3, Nick. 10 seconds to go in the second was 3-3. Sandelier scores a takedown and an escape takedown and near fall points to take a 9-3 lead.
Now it's interesting, in Region 8, they wrestled in the semifinals.
That's right. Michael Ware winning 8-5 in that match. They also wrestled last year in the region final at 112 pounds, where Sandelier won in overtime. They wrestled upstate last year, and Ware won by a technical fall.
So both of these wrestlers real familiar on how each other, their styles are. Just 10 seconds remaining in the second period, 119 pounds.
Michael Ware has 2 minutes left, and his state title hopes could be dashed in the next 2 minutes.
9-3, Steve, a big lead to overcome.
Mike Ware's on bottom, so he needs to get out quick and really open up against this sophomore. Sandelier, the region champ at 112 last year, Nick. Ware, the runner-up. As a freshman. Ware last year was in the top 6 in the state. He's the number 3 seed in this weight class, and this would be an upset. He's trying for a Peterson, Nick.
Michael Ware from Oak Crest High School. He's 29-0-1. Mike Sandelier, He's from Washington Township High School. He's 21-2, and as I said, Sandelier is a sophomore, and Ware is a senior.
He's got another cradle, Nick, this time on the near side. He's going to try to get back points. More importantly, the clock is running.
Sandelier advanced to this round by beating Martin Jensen of Cherry Hill East 10-1. So, hey, Steve, how big of a factor does it play when you've sat out the first round and one wrestler has already got one match under his belt?
I know, Nick, a lot of times, you know, that first match, you're burning off a lot of nervous energy that first couple minutes. When you get through that first match, especially if you roll the way Sandelier did in the last round, Sandelier advanced very easily in the last round, winning 10-1 over Martin Jensen from Cherry Hill East. And I think a lot of times you get on a roll, and he's on one now because he's got a minute to go, and he's in the quarterfinals.
That's right, just under a minute. Sandelier leading 9-3, 119 pounds.
There's the escape.
There's the escape, so it's now 9-4.
9-4, 46 seconds to go in Mike Ware's state title hopes. You know, you talked the other night, I watched the, and you said familiarity breeds contempt. Well, you know, it's tough to beat a guy twice in 4 days, Nick.
It really is. 30 seconds remaining in this match. Sandelier of Washington Township leading 9-4.
Desperation try for Ware there. No
points.
Oh, he's in trouble now, Nick. He needs a big move.
15 seconds remaining. Mike Sandelier is going to avenge a few losses and move on. 10 seconds.
Sandelier is going to move to the quarterfinals. He's got the dump, Nick. Ware's got the dump, but he only gets 2. That's
so it's too near fall. Not going to be enough. Mike Sandelier of Washington Township wins that 119-pound weight class. This 9-8 over Michael Ware of Oak Crest.
Bobby Schnurr just came on with the fall in his match, Nick.
So there we can see, John, you were following that match. There's Bob Schnurr getting his hand raised.
Bob Schnurr leading 12-5 when Overbrook's Tom Casino escaped. Schnurr came right back with a takedown, put him right on his back in 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Bob Schnurr is now 29-1-0, headed for Atlantic City on Friday night. Still alive, going into the quarterfinal bracket as the leader.
We're waiting for Bernie Tennant of Apsagami High School. He's going up against Kyle Young, Cherry Hill West. Young, 25-1-0. He's a senior. And while we're waiting for that matchup, let's go to mat 1.
Here we go, Nick. Joe Belinsky, Delsey, a senior wrestling Josh Lashley, a junior from Delran. Delran's region champ, Josh Lashley, the region 7 champ, 26-3-3 coming into the tournament. Belinsky, who lost in the finals of the districts and the regions to Hank Ridgway, 23-2-3. No score early, Nick.
Belinsky's a senior, 24-2-3. Again, another Delran wrestler who, as I mentioned before, has had an outstanding year.
And Coach Dennis Smith did a great job. Delran ranked 22nd in the state. I'm sure Dennis was a little bit displeased with where they ended up because there are a couple teams that they had beaten that were ranked ahead of them.
I don't know if we'll get a chance, but I'm looking forward to the heavyweights where Bill Duff of Delran, he's 31-1, he's just a sophomore.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bill Duff has to wrestle Steve Randazzo, who won an exciting match with Clayhar from Bridgeton. Bill Clayhar from Bridgeton was winning 5-0 and had him all but decked in that first period of that preliminary match. But Randazzo turned the tide on him and pinned him, as heavyweights tend to do, Nick.
So just under 1 minute in this 125-pound weight class. First period, no score.
Yeah, Belinsky usually plays it close to the vest early on. Lashley's in now, right on the line.
He'll be called out of bounds.
That's a good call, Nick. You can see, one thing you have to look for there is did the wrestler, the second wrestler's foot touch the line? And it was clear that it touched and crossed it. And I think officials do a pretty good job on that call.
30 seconds remaining in the first period. No score. Lashley of Delran, Belinsky of Delsey.
Yeah, Lashley is a junior, and he lost a couple matches early in the year. He lost to Scott Frenzy, the #2 seed in this weight class from Phillipsburg. And he also lost to Rosenfeld from Brick, who's a pretty tough wrestler. I saw him in the Caldwell tournament. There is only two losses.
Belinsky got that takedown with 18 seconds remaining in the first period.
I'm sorry, Nick, I want to correct that. He also lost to Kyle Young, who wrestled earlier at 119 pounds. There are his 3 losses.
Let's watch that takedown by Belinsky. This was hit with 18 seconds remaining in the first period. It's tied up. He's working overhooks. Steps in. Back heel trips and gets the takedown.
Yeah, Nick, what he did there was he tied the arms up to the side and he took that step. Some guys like to step inside. Belinsky stepped outside and got the 2.
Beginning of the second period, Belinsky of Delsey on top. That quickly with just 3 seconds, Lashley gets the escape.
And Belinsky doesn't spend a whole lot of time on top, but he's in on a single again, Nick.
Tries a Navy ride. No points. Wizard still in by Lashley. As long as the Wizard's still in.
Belinsky has to be patient here, Nick.
As long as that Wizard was still in, there would have not been any points awarded, and that's exactly what happened. 1:37 remaining in the second period. We're in a neutral position. Belinsky from Region 8. Lashley from Region 7.
Both these guys seem to be really tough on their feet, Nick. A lot of good shots, a lot of high crotches. Belinsky has an excellent high crotch. He's trying to tie those arms up again there now.
1:21 remaining.
Lashley gets out of bounds, but I think he found something there that works, and you should go back to it until somebody stops it. He's getting, especially on this level.
Good snap down. He's trying to cross-face pin behind. No points awarded. Not yet. There's the takedown by Belinsky. He's now leading 4-1.
He's got a minute to go in this period, Nick. 4-1 lead. He just has to wrestle smart here.
Belinsky, a senior.
Yeah, Joe Belinsky is a senior. He had a rough year. He had a rough couple years, really. It was a sophomore year, Nick. He was in the district, took 3rd, and then had a lot of trouble with his health right before the regions. Then last year, the sledding accident when he was undefeated. He's come on. He's had a great senior year. Under some, Delsey went through some adversity this year, Nick, and really held that team together.
There's the neutral by Lashley, and the takedown by Belinsky.
That's big, Nick. A quick takedown by Belinsky to open up. I guess he got the takedown. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet, but if it's 6-2, that's a nice lead here in the second period.
I think I saw Ricky's arm go up with the 2 points, so I think it's 6-2. 37 seconds remaining in the second period. Score clock isn't showing it yet.
Nick, if he can hold him down, here he goes into the last period with a 6-2 lead. And you might want to check out what's going on the other mat at this point.
We got Kyle Young on the other mat. He's got Bernie Tennant of Absegami in deep trouble.
This is
leading 4-0. 10 seconds left in the second period. Very, very close to pinning him.
That's it.
There's the fall.
6 seconds remaining in the second period.
3 minutes and 54 seconds. Kyle Young advances by a fall. The Region 7 champion pins the Region 8 runner-up.
Now wrestling. Mat number 2.
The Region 7 winner, Kyle Young, pins Bernie Tennant of Absegami. Now we're back to the Belinsky-Lashley match, and Belinsky gets another takedown. I think Lashley may be hurt again. 24 seconds remaining in the second period.
Yeah, Nick, Lashley opened up the period with a quick escape, and Belinsky, well, it's still in the period. Lashley got 1, and Belinsky came right back in and got 2. Still 18 seconds to go in the second.
I think Lashley may be hurt. You saw where Belinsky tried to tie up the arms again, and he got that takedown at ease. 18 seconds remaining in the second period.
Joe Belinsky trying to advance and have a meeting with the #1 seed, Mark Lombardi of Milburn. He's 28-1 coming into tonight's action, and they're wrestling at Union.
Union, of course, is the location for the Super 3 and 4 regions. That's the end of the second period. Joe Belinsky of Delsea leading Josh Lashley of Delran 8-3 going into the third period, 125 pounds.
8-3. Nick, Joe Belinsky advanced through the first round with a win over John Bear, score 11-2. John Bear from Burlington City.
Looks like Belinsky has this match under control, and again, Lashley may be injured. So let's go to mat #1, where John Vogeding has been watching.
And we have Chris Carpino from Holy Cross, the Region 7 champion, against Derek Maiden of Delsea, the sophomore, 23-4, runner-up in Region 8. Chris Carpino, 27-1, junior from Holy Cross High School.
235 pounds, Rusty Evans.
Carpino winning on a takedown early in the first period, 2-0. Minute to go in the first period.
So Delsea has two wrestlers wrestling at the same time in the gymnasium tonight. You got Belinsky over on the other mat, and Maiden here. Maiden,
130 pounds here.
Maiden was able to get a walkthrough. We received a forfeit in the first round.
First match, he was supposed to wrestle Ken Hess of Pemberton, from Region 7, the third placer, and evidently Ken Hess didn't show up. We didn't get an official report, but Maiden did not wrestle, and he got a bye. So here he is. He's actually, since he got the bye, he's 22-4, not 23-4. Maiden working hard for reversal, and he's got it.
You know, John, we've watched Maiden on Channel 5 a few times this year, and I'm really impressed with this youngster.
Well, especially for a sophomore, Nick. I mean, he is really, you know, we saw him against Highland, we saw him against Paulsboro, we saw him in the regionals. He's a tenacious young man. Of course, he's given away a little bit of experience here. He's wrestling a guy a year older with only one loss.
Oh, he bear hugs Carpino. 5 seconds remaining in the first period. And that's the end of the first period, and it's tied. And we'll come back with the second period right after this. And we're back at the second period of 130-pound weight class, where Derek Maiden of Delsea going up against Chris Carpino of Holy Cross. It's tied 2-2. And Steve, I know you've been following the Joe Belinsky match, and you may want to update us on that.
Yeah, Belinsky advanced by a fall, Nick, at 125 in 4:59. Belinsky in the quarterfinals, and he'll probably have Mark Lombardi from Milburn.
Thanks, Steve. Now we're watching Derek Maiden. He's on top. He's working the quarter Nelson, trying to spin behind.
You know, Nick, Carpino walked in here 27-1 tonight. His only loss this year was in the district final to Michael Mara of Eastern, and he got a little bit of revenge in the regionals, and here he is as the Region 7 champion, locked in a dogfight with Derek Maiden, the sophomore from Delsea. Maiden, of course, we saw down in Region 8. His four losses to Sailor of Jefferson and Antorino of Absegami, Petrollo of Williamstown, and again the Petrollo of Williamstown in the Region 8 final. Bright future for this sophomore from Delsea High School.
Oh, nice job by Maiden there, fighting off the headlock. He was trying for a double leg. He got his hips under him, and Carpino almost headlocked him, but he was able to fight it off. 15 seconds remaining in the second period. It's tied 2-2.
You know, he looks like a different wrestler to me tonight, Nick. Last time we saw him was in the Region 8 final against Josh Petrillo of Williamstown, and Josh won 8-1 and made it look pretty easy. Maybe an off night.
That's the end of the second period. We're still tied 2-2, 130 pounds.
And that was Holy Cross that elected to go neutral in the second period, thinking he could take Maiden down again. Maiden starts the third period on the bottom. His choice, he takes down, he gets 1 point. He takes the lead. It's 2-2 right now.
Overtime, sudden death.
Oh boy.
It's my favorite part of wrestling.
We didn't have an overtime in the region finals.
Not in the finals, no.
No,
I wished it as much as I could.
overtime.
Yeah. We may get it tonight because this is just the second round of wrestling.
And this is a higher level even yet, Nick.
Maiden trying to come out, getting his right arm out.
Oh boy, he's close.
You know, he's going to make a decision here whether or not to go back in for the Peterson roll or try to pop out.
He's close.
1:12 remaining in the third period. It's tie, and there's the reversal. So Maiden takes a 4-2 lead with just under 1 minute remaining in this match.
But he's got to drive here. He's got to drive, or else he loses the advantage.
He bear hugs and back heel trips Carpino to the mat.
Nick, he looks good for a sophomore.
Carpino using a little cat crawl, trying to get out, but Maiden able to hold on, stay in control, and get back in the center of the mat. 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Derek Maiden leading 4-2 over that person, Chris Carpino of Holy Cross High School. He's 27-1. A little injury timeout taken by Maiden. The Holy Cross coaching staff trying to give some encouragement to Carpino. And we're back in the center.
One coach in that corner is Jay Dever, Nick. People remember him from South Jersey where he wrestled. I think he wrestled 188 pounds one year in the States, and the next year come back at a weight class lower.
Pretty unusual nowadays.
Yes.
So Maiden still in control, just 30 seconds remaining in the third period. He's leading 4-2.
He can afford to give one, not two. Oh boy, what a shocker this would be, I think, huh? Carpino comes in 27-1. He's a junior. His only loss this year was to Mike O'Mara of Eastern, as we had mentioned, in the districts. Gets some revenge in the regionals. Comes in here as the Region 7 champion and is 24 seconds away from a little disaster in this round.
Delsey looking for their second consecutive win tonight. And we're going to start the third period. Maiden.
But what a nice
Delsey
year Steve Isles has had as a coach at Delsey, Nick. A couple of heartbreaking losses to Paulsboro, to Highland. And his kids have really shown well in the regionals and here tonight. There you see an escape.
It's now 4-3. Maiden of Delsey leading. 11 seconds remaining in this match. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. Derek Maiden of Delsey wins that match 4-3 over Chris Carpino of Holy Cross. Carpino only having one loss going into this match, but gets his second one tonight. And let's go with Steve Anuszewski on the other mat. He's got Hank Ridgway of Pennsgrove. He's 23-0-0, going up against Jack Warfel of Millville. He's 26-5, 2 Region 8 wrestlers.
Yeah, Nick, and there's an upset brewing on mat number 1. Ridgway's down 5-2, halfway through the second period. He's working hard on top. There was just some injury time. I'm not sure what happened to Warfel. It appeared that he hurt his shoulder. They're coming near the end of the second period, and Ridgway, undefeated, down 5-2 here in the second.
30 seconds remaining in the second period. Ridgway, the Region 8 champion.
Nick, both these guys advanced through District 31. Ridgway was the #1 seed, and Warfel was seeded 3rd in that weight class. Warfel losing to Joe Belinsky in the semifinals, and then winning the consolations. Took 3rd again in the regions. Into the second.
Ridgway using a cross-body ride. 5 seconds remaining in the second period. He'll ride Warfel out.
Nick,
But Ridgway's going to be starting the third period, down 5-2.
He's down 5-2. It's his choice, Nick, so he's probably going to take bottom. I would take bottom.
Well, of course, if you take bottom, you got a better opportunity to get out and get some points.
Well, you need the score here, Nick. I mean, he needs to get 1 or 2 and really put the pressure on this kid. Warfel is, you know, down by 3, is up by 3, I'm sorry. He was 3rd in Region 8, and he's going to try to pull this upset to get to the state quarters.
So this is the beginning of the 3rd period. Ridgeway from Pensgrove on the bottom, but Warfel working across body ride, gets a little high and sloppy.
Hank's got to go to work here, Nick.
Gets the reversal, now 5-4. So Ridgeway, the defending Region 8 champion, he's down by 1.
He can't panic though, Nick. He can't get too sloppy. But I'll tell you, throwing the legs in, throwing a cross body ride in and trying to turn him, he had no success with that in the 2nd period. He really needs to open up here.
Cross body ride seems like a very time-consuming move. You may want to get to the side, maybe work some near side cradles. You may want to let him up and take him down again.
I think that's a good move, Nick.
So
1 minute 13 to go. He's in trouble now, though, Nick, because he's got a hold of his leg. Now he needs to hope for a stalemate, and Warfel's just running the clock down.
And there's going to be a stall warning.
There's the stalemate.
I think there's a stall warning. Stall against the green, so Warfel was called for stalling on that, and they stopped the match. Defensive wrestler.
I don't understand that,
Usually,
Nick.
if you're on top and you're stalling, they'll stop the match, but Warfel is on the bottom. So was it a stalemate / stall? You saw John Stetis raise his hand up and put a stall.
Nick. It's either a stalemate / stall or an injury time / stall.
See, I think like you can see John Stetis trying to explain, you know, you're holding on, and I called you for stalling.
Well, you know, Nick, here's a situation where it's a, you know, Joe Montalian, I just read his lips, he said that's our first stall, right?
So and he knows 1 more stall is worth the point, and that ties the match.
Right, minute to go. But he calls the stalling on the bottom, and I guess maybe there was some injury situation there, potentially dangerous. Could have been almost anything, or it could have just been a mistake by the official.
And we've seen some of those before.
No.
1 minute remaining in the 3rd period. Ridgeway of Pensgrove on top, however, he's losing 5-4. Jack Warfel of Millville on the bottom, and there's 135-pound action. John, you want to take us through this because it's one of your favorite wrestlers?
That's John Martin. He's undefeated, 30-0, and he's taken Rick Haas of Collingswood down, got him on his back, got him in trouble. Of course, he's not going to bring him on top of himself, but John Martin is here as a Region 8 champion. Rick Haas came in here, he advanced to this round with a 4-3 win in the 1st round this evening.
Costa, he's 27-3, he's a junior, and Martin, he's 30-0-0. He's a senior.
And Martin, of course, looked extremely tough down in the Region 8 tournament. I mean, he's just on a mission this year. He's already signed with Oklahoma State. He marched through the region with a pin, and an 18-4 win over Mark D. Filippintonio of Pensgrove in the finals. So he's still motoring.
So let's go with Steve Anuszewski and go to the other mat where Jack Warfel of Millville has increased his lead 8-5.
8-5, Nick, 23 seconds. Ridgeway let him up. Warfel got another takedown and then was just hit for a stall point. So there's 20 seconds to go, and Ridgeway's undefeated right now, but there's a potentially dangerous call there. 16 seconds to go.
So Jack Warfel just 16 seconds away from probably one of the first major upsets of the evening.
That's a big upset, Nick, coming out of the same district. Warfel's got 16 seconds to go. The quarters, Hank Ridgeway. 16 seconds with a chance to stay undefeated. He's hanging on his foot.
And he goes in, has Ridgeway in the near side cradle. 8 seconds remaining. It's okay if he gives up 1. 3 seconds, and Jack Warfel of Millville wins the match 8-6. And Steve, got to be one of the major upsets so far in this tournament.
Upset, Nick. Jack Warfel, 3rd in his district, 3rd in the region, just beats an undefeated regional champion and advances to the quarterfinals.
So an outstanding job by Jack Warfel.
Warfel heads to the corner.
And let's go with John Vogeding with John Martin of Absegami. Martin leading 5-1.
We've just completed the first period, as you say. John Martin leading 5-1 against Ricky Koss of Collingswood.
Koss on top for this second period.
Oh boy!
And quickly, Martin gets the escape, working on a headlock.
Oh, look at Koss right back.
It's 6-1. John Martin of Absegami leading.
On deck, mat number 1, 140 pounds.
Johnny Martin walking in with 120 wins in his career, Nick. 120 wins, 8 losses, and 2 ties. And that puts him third on the all-time win list in South Jersey history behind Patrick Lynch and Joe Melchiori.
128 remaining in the second period.
Of course, we're going to see another wrestler up in that category later on tonight. 119 wins. That's Larry Duvall of Paulsboro.
The official for this match, Dave Smith.
We saw him in District 29.
I believe from Lenape.
Well, he went to Lenape High School and wrestled there, and he's the brother of Dennis Smith, who's coaching Delran High School and was a state champion for Hank Schnepp at Lenape.
1:07 remaining in the second period. Rick Koss from Collingswood, he's 27-3.
Yeah, some dangerous territory for some region champs here tonight. Oh, what a beautiful move by, that was a patented John Smith move, wasn't it? Right in low on the ankle?
Yeah, we see Matt Suter use that move from Paulsboro. He likes that move, but Martin has Koss in big time trouble. 48 seconds remaining in the second period.
Oh my.
Not sure if Koss is going to survive, and he does it.
There it is.
So John Martin takes another step towards that elusive state championship that he wants so badly.
Oh, he can taste it, Nick. Gene Barber in the background there looking on. Got to be happy for John Martin.
So Martin goes home for Friday. He goes to Atlantic City. Now let's go with Steve Anuszewski to the other mat where...
I guess if you're going to lose, Nick, you might as well lose to somebody like John Martin. At least he has a pretty good shot of advancing through the quarterfinals. Yeah, we're down on mat number 1.
That's where Josh Petrillo of Williamstown, he's 21-0-0. He's going up against Lee Moore of Pensgrove. He's 26-3. Lee Moore advanced to this round by pinning Mike O'Mara of Eastern in 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
Right. Nick, here's the situation where, again, you're looking at a first and a third from the same region. Petrillo opened up with a 2-0 lead. We're just starting the second period. Petrillo had beaten Moore in the region tournament. In the semifinals of the tournament, Moore took third. He comes back, wins earlier tonight, and he has Petrillo again.
So Petrillo leading 2-0 to second period, 1:45 left in this period.
Petrillo is an interesting story. You know, we talked on the preview show about he didn't wrestle for a real good team, but he's still alive and wrestling, you know, very well. He's undefeated. He's beaten good kids all year. Gone through the Region 8 tournament, and he's one win away from the state quarters, Nick.
Well, his teammate at 100 and, I believe, 52 pounds.
Seems to be an injury. Seems like Lee Moore hurt his shoulder.
John Jernigan at 152 pounds tonight. He advances by beating Jim Albertson of Eastern. So his teammate, Williamstown, even though they don't have an outstanding team, has 2 already.
Yeah, Jernigan, Nick, you know, a lot of people didn't think that he would advance through region quarterfinals. He goes through the region quarterfinals, wins a big consolation match, and here he is winning a match in the state tournament, Nick.
1:29 remaining in the second period. It's 2-0. Petrillo of Williamstown, he's on top, he's leading.
Lee Moore, former state place winner, 4th at 103 pounds 2 years ago. Did not wrestle in the districts last year.
And with that move, I think Lee Moore is hurt. Here's a potentially dangerous, and was a point awarded. If a point was awarded and Lee Moore does not continue, he could advance by default. But I don't see a point on the board yet. I saw the potentially dangerous signal called by Joe Durillo. I don't know if we do have that on instant replay, but he definitely went down on his
his head.
Well, I'd like to see that one again, Nick.
So let's take a look on this move. You can see Josh Petrillo. He's got Moro's in a wizard situation, and Petrillo Navy rides, picks him up, back heel, trips, and bangs him right down. And I got to tell you, did not bring him down softly.
Right. Well,
I mean, that's the responsibility of the top wrestlers to bring him down gently. And with that,
the
you can
rule
see Josh Petrillo hoping that Lee Moro can continue, because I do see a 1 point on the scoreboard. So if Moro does not continue, Petrillo will lose and be because of this.
Right, you know, Nick, his season could end because of this, and he only took him a little bit off the mat, but the rule says, in the opinion of the official, that you're responsible for his safe return.
Well, I think we'll take a break here from Cherry Hill East High School and come back with more Region 7 and 8 Super Region Wrestling right after this. And there you see a dejected Josh Petrillo of Williamstown. Looks like that Lee Moore will unable to complete his match, and because it was an illegal slam, Lee Moore, who obviously in some pain right now, and they're attending to his neck area, will move on to Friday night in Atlantic City. With that, let's go to John Vogeding, who's been watching the Dively match of Highland.
Oh boy, Nick, we have a humdinger here. Here's Josh Janone of Rancocas Valley, the sophomore phenom who won the Region 7 title, and he is in deep, deep trouble.
And that's it, John. There's a pin.
There's the fall.
9 seconds remaining in the second period.
3 minutes and 51 seconds.
So
Jim Dively, the junior from Highland, increases his record to 27-1-1 with a 3-minute 51-second fall over Region 7 champion Josh Janone of Rancocas Valley. Earlier this evening, Dively had advanced with a 9-0 win over Drew Whipple of Paul VI.
And there we are. We're back at the Josh Petrillo match, and it is official. Lee Moore wins that match by disqualification because of the slam by Josh Petrillo.
Well, he hasn't gotten up yet, Nick, but it appears that way.
And it looks like a very serious injury, especially in the neck area.
Right, he put him down pretty hard. Now, I hope for Lee Moore's sake that he can continue, and I also hope for Josh Petrillo's sake that he can continue, because if he can't, they're both out of the tournament.
So we're at 145 pounds with John Vogeding, and there we have Matt Suter of Paulsboro. Matt Suter, a junior, he's 32-0-0. He is a 2-time Region 8 champion. And he's going up against Walt Holland of Rancocas Valley. Holland 18-2. Holland won his match earlier tonight over John Vandesilver of Washington Township, 11-5. And John, an interesting match here tonight for Matt Suter. If he wins tonight, I believe this will be his 100th win.
That'll be a new plateau for him. 100 wins. He'd be the 28th wrestler in South Jersey history to reach that plateau.
So let me get his accolades down here. A 3-time District 29 champion,
right?
A 3-time Region 8 champion,
right?
And a returning state champion. So here's Suter in on that John Smith takedown. He goes deep in on a single. And there's really no way to counter that if you hit it exactly the way he just hit it. And he is leading 2-1 with 1:31 remaining in the first period.
And Nicky has to be one of the most confident wrestlers in South Jersey, if not the state right now, because we saw probably one of the all-time great finishes to a wrestling meet in Region 8 when Suter, losing 3-1 with 25 seconds to go, comes back in with 15 seconds to go. He's picked off the mat, and then he got a reversal out of a Granby into a Peterson, 3 back points, and beat Skip Covington of Overbrook 6-3.
And it's interesting, Covington has an extremely difficult match in his first round going up against Kevin Farnham of Haddon Township. Farnham 27-1 and Covington is 20-1. So that is going to be an interesting pairing tonight.
And Covington's only loss was to Matt Suter, and Kevin Farnham's only loss in a dual meet was to Matt Suter. So that should be quite an action-packed match also.
Suter, the returning and defending 145-pound New Jersey state champion,
who is on a consecutive win streak right now of 69. I think he has 69 consecutive wins. The all-time leader in wins in New Jersey state history for a junior. 99 coming into this. The old record 98 by Pat Lynch.
Let's see if Suter comes through with a ankle pick. You could see that Holland was trying to pull back, exposing his ankles, but he's able to get out of bounds. Suter leading 2-1, 54 seconds remaining in the first period. And I'm just glancing over, and they have not removed Lee Moore from the mat, so obviously very concerned about the neck and spine injury.
Well, and
just hope at this point in time that, forget about wrestling right now. The thing right now is health.
The safety of the wrestler, and as Steve so astutely mentioned, if Lee Moore is that severely injured whereby he can't wrestle on Friday night, not only is he out of the state tournament, but the wrestler that he beat, Josh Petrillo, would also be out of the state tournament.
40 seconds remaining in the first period. Suter of Paulsboro leading 2-1. He's in a single. He's got Holland locked up. This could be it. 30 seconds.
Oh my!
And that's it. I got to tell you, that was very close. Holland of Rancocas Valley in deep trouble. 20 seconds remaining. He's stacking Holland right now. This could be a classic way to get your 100th win. 13 seconds remaining. And Holland able to escape the quick pin by Suter. 8 seconds remaining. Suter of Paulsboro are leading 7-0.
I don't know. I might have slapped the mat.
8 seconds remaining in the first period.
1 point for RV on the escape.
So it's 7-1.
Right.
From that escape earlier.
Given.
My vantage point up here is I see a huge cinder block, so all I see is the Suter score. 1 second remaining in the first period. Roy Fenimore, the official for this match. We've seen Roy many times.
And in all fairness to Roy, on what I thought was a fall, Nick, Roy Fenimore is probably one of the best in South Jersey at making sure the wrestler is pinned before he calls the pin. He's not going to give a cheap pin away.
And that's the end of the first period. Suter of Paulsboro leading Walt Holland of Rancocas Valley 7-1. You can see head coach Paul Marina just really watching on. He's got a machine out on the mat.
And next to him is the All-American from Penn State, former state champion from Paulsboro, Jason Suter.
1:56 remaining in the second period, and Suter really a machine, and the interview that John Mondelli did after the region tournament, Matt Suter has said he has been working for this for 12 years, not the past year. He has been working for state titles for 12 years now.
Is that focus or what?
Yeah, I have a hard time figuring out what happened in Region 8 last week, and he's working on 12 years of solid wrestling. But I got to tell you, it's got to make Paul Marina's job much easier when you're in the corner. I mean, you can sit back and actually relax and watch some good wrestling.
And a stalling call against Walt Holland.
Dave Smith, the assistant official for this match. And again, I glance over again, and Lee Moore, unfortunately, still has not been removed from the mat. I believe we're waiting for medical assistance. And again, I just hope that everything works out well over there. And Suter again in on this takedown, trying to stack Holland.
You know, he knows what he's doing out there all the time, Nick. That's the important thing. He has such mat savvy. He's not afraid to go on his back. He's not afraid to roll across his shoulders.
Suter leading, it should be 7-1. Holland was able to get that escape earlier. There we have it. And remember, Holland has been called for a stalling, so if he keeps backing up here, we could see another stall called. And again, he's backing out, so there's a stall. And Suter will be awarded 1 point. It's now 8-1.
Not only is he a treat to watch, Nick, as he wrestles out on the wrestling mat, but he's also a treat to talk to. His focus is completely on the sport. He loves to wrestle, he loves to wrestle, he loves to wrestle. There's another takedown.
There's a takedown on the line, and he's going to take a 10-1 lead with 38 seconds remaining in the second period. Suter on top this second period. Let's see if he tries to keep Holland down. Some tight waist near arm tilt of some sort. Holland able to get to his feet.
Well, does what he has to do. That's Matt Suter, and I hope. Yeah, quite a Quite a lot of hair on the wrestler from Holland.
Well, we've seen some extreme hair
Styles.
over the years of
Yeah.
Channel 5. We've seen the mohawks, we've seen the shaved heads, and we've seen the Bart Simpson look, and just another added dimension. And neutral is going to be given, escape is going to be given to Holland. It's now 10-2, 23 seconds remaining in the second period. And just a methodical match so far by Paulsboro's Matt Suter. He's in total control.
Puts the pressure on constantly, Nick. The epitome of a very successful wrestler, just keeping that pressure on.
Well, this is his 100th win if he's successful. And a caution. It's going to be a caution. I think you're right. So caution on Holland.
Yes.
So I glance over again to mat number 1, and the medical attention has finally arrived. So we're really unable to break and look at some other action until Lee Moore has been attended to. You can see that they're bringing in, the paramedics are here. They're bringing in the board just to make sure that there is no movement on the spinal column and the neck area. And just an unfortunate accident. And Steve Anuszewski's been watching as the attendants come in. And Steve, I think it was a legitimate call. There was a problem with that. I mean, Josh.
It's a shame.
Petrillo did not have total control of his opponent, and you saw on the instant replay when Lee Moore went down, he went down on his head, and he's injured.
Well, it's a shame, Nick. It's a shame for both kids. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. You're fired up at this point in the tournament. You're trying to take a guy to the mat, and what happens? Well, then, you're just in a situation where, something like that happens. It happened to a teammate of yours in the state finals, Bill Hinman, and it's a shame for both kids. I hate to see anyone hurt. Lee Moore has been practicing with Paulsboro the last week. He's been down in our practice room, and to see him, hurt. I hope he's all right. I hope this is precautionary. A lot of times they put the collar on just to be sure till they have an X-ray, have somebody, a doctor, take a look at it. But it's fast and furious over on the other mat.
Yeah, John, why don't you bring us up to date? It's now 15-2. It's a 1:32 remaining in the third period.
Yeah, we've had Suter start on the bottom, get an escape. He got a takedown. There was a point given for unnecessary roughness and another stalling point. So it's 15-2. We got a caution on Suter.
Again, a technical fall is a margin of 15 points, and Suter 2 points away from a technical fall here. 1:31 remaining in the third period.
And being very methodical. I mean, he's getting a good workout. One thing about Walt Holland, he's 18-2 walking, 18-2 walking in, and I think that was Suter just giving a stalling warning. Holland has not rolled over and played dead by any stretch of the imagination.
Suter trying to snap Holland back. It's a little sloppy, and Holland able to get to escape. It's now 15-3. Remember, Holland has been called for stalling. Let's see if Suter goes deep in on a single. There he is, tried an ankle pick. And he spins behind and gets the takedown. It's now 17-3. Suter just 1 point away from a technical fall. Do you make a decision now? Do you let him up?
There it
do you
is.
take him down? There's the let up. So now the next takedown, Matt Suter will tech fall Walt Holland to Rancocas Valley. And if he does take him down, the tech fall will give him his 100th win. So look to see when Matt Suter wins tonight, look to see the Paulsboro fans, I believe, stand on their feet, give him an ovation of some sort. There's a technical fall that came with 41 seconds remaining in the third period. Suter of Paulsboro, tech falls. Walt Holland of Rancocas Valley, that's his 100th win.
Check, mat number 2.
And there you can see the Paulsboro crowd. They have some streamers up. Congratulations, Matt, 100 wins. And the Paulsboro contingent has come strongly here at Cherry Hill East High School. Matt Shooter being congratulated by Paulsboro wrestling greats Dean Duca, his teammate Larry DeVault, his brother Jason Suter, state champion for Paulsboro, and a host of other Paulsboro former wrestlers. And we'll take a break and come back with more wrestling right after this. Welcome back. Nick Burzichelli along with John Vogeding and Steve Anuszewski. We're at 140 pounds. We're at Delsey's Tim Doherty. He's 28-1-0. He is a senior going up against Pete Klaus of Haddam Township. He's 26-1, and he's also a senior. And we saw right there Tim Doherty get a takedown. He's leading 2-0.
Boy, this is a great matchup, Nick, because you have two outstanding wrestlers here. Klaus upset in the regional finals by Josh Janone of Rancocas Valley 4-3. Tim Doherty, of course, winning the Region 8 championship. Janone's already been knocked off by Jim Dively, who finished second to Doherty in Region 8.
And we just saw Lee Moore being taken out on a stretcher, and our prayers are out to him. Hopefully everything will be okay. But we're at 140 pounds. This is Delsey's third wrestler we've seen tonight.
Two other successes, and Doherty off to a great start. He walks in with a record of 113-8-2 in his great career at Delsey High School. The only blemish on Doherty's record this year was an injury default loss to Dave Hughes of Jefferson way back at the beginning of the year. Doherty knocked himself out. You know, so no doctor to clearing wrestling, and he had to default that match.
So Doherty trying to be the third consecutive Delsey wrestler. Gross already at 112-pound moves on, and I believe 125 pounds for Belinsky. And let's go over to mat number one with Steve Anuszewski and Larry DeVault of Paulsboro going up against Williamstown's John Jernigan.
Nick,
these two wrestlers met in the semifinals of Region 8 competition last week with, I believe, Larry DeVault pinning Jernigan.
Yeah, it was a first period pin, Nick. And DeVault, again, undefeated, defending state champion, trying to advance to the state quarters over Jernigan. Jernigan pulled the upset in the preliminary match.
Jernigan in deep, in on a single, tries to back heel trip DeVault. No takedown yet. And there's the takedown. Nothing yet. And he has DeVault in trouble. He has dropped Paulsboro's Larry DeVault. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in the first period. And we're looking at a major upset here. He has Paulsboro's DeVault in big trouble. 1:13 remaining. Larry DeVault, a senior, 30-0-0, the defending 152-pound champion. But he is able to get out of that mistake, and he gets out with an escape. So it's now 5-1. Williamstown's John Jernigan stuns Paulsboro's Larry DeVault momentarily.
Nick, I have to say I couldn't catch my breath there. DeVault was my practice partner yesterday, and here he is. He was almost deep sixth.
Now it's 5-3. DeVault leads. DeVault down 5-3. And what a super job by John Jernigan. What a nice drop. I saw everyone in the gymnasium didn't know how to react. You almost passed out. I know you worked that one in this week.
I'll tell you what, Nick, he had him close too. I mean, that was close.
Jernigan, just a junior, he's 18-7-1. And look for DeVault to be on top, working that bar arm series that he is so famous for.
That's the first time DeVault's been on his back since his freshman year. The last time he was on his back was in the consolation round. I'm sorry, the semifinal round of the regionals.
Let's watch this. John, you want to lead us through how Jernigan dropped Larry DeVault there?
Just an excellent move, and watch how close he's put on his back here. I mean, I don't know how he got off.
You know, Jernigan could have just tightened up, walked towards.
Looked like a Carmel Marina move from the old days.
Remember that Carmel Marina? Outstanding state
He's got him in
champion
trouble
for Paulsboro.
now. He's in trouble now.
And we're back to live action. Steve Anuszewski on mat number 1 with Larry DeVault and John Jernigan of Williamstown. And that quickly, Larry DeVault back in the lead, 6-5, but a scare thrown into him.
Yeah, he threw an arm bar in and turned him for 3 back points, but boy, oh boy, Nick, was he close.
Jernigan, the teammate of Josh Petrillo, who wrestled Lee Moore in that unfortunate match there, but this is Williamstown's second wrestler of the evening.
You know, sometimes that does something to you emotionally when you see one of your teammates take an unfortunate thing happen to him like that. Sometimes it can really knock you down, Nick. Sometimes it really fires you up, and Jernigan came out fired up tonight.
He's got nothing to lose, so, you know, you're the underdog. You're supposed to lose when you wrestle a state champion, and why not go out and wrestle as if you got nothing to lose? But that quickly, DeVault in with the Hamilton ride, trying to come out front, figure 4 the head, gets a little sloppy. And Jernigan able to get the escape. DeVault did get 2 points near fall, and the score now, DeVault 8.
DeVault has won
Jernigan 6.
68 matches in a row, Nick. 68 matches in a row. Almost came to an end right there, but he's back in the lead.
DeVault working an ankle pick, trying to spin behind, no takedown yet. He takes down Jernigan. It's now 10-6, 1:14 remaining in the second period.
Emotionally, Larry probably used a lot of energy in that first period. Hopefully he can get this bar in and get off the mat.
He has the bar arm in. 59 seconds remaining in the second period. He gets the half Nelson in. Jernigan will have a very difficult time getting out, but he's bridging out. He's trying to get to his base. This is how DeVault pinned him in the semifinals in the Region 8 tournament last week.
13-6 lead, Nick.
So DeVault wrestling strong after being thrown on his back for a big 5-point move.
Yeah, Nick, I'll tell you what, he's still in a match, though. I mean, this kid's dangerous.
DeVault working a tilt, trying to stack. He has him in trouble, and that's
like it. Could be it.
That's 17 seconds remaining in the second period, so a 3:43 pin for Paulsboro's Larry DeVault.
Sign of a true champ, Nick. He came back. He came back.
So DeVault avenges that big 5-point move by pinning John Jernigan of Williamstown in 3 minutes 43 seconds. And Paulsboro's defending state champion at 152 pounds will be in Atlantic City on Friday night.
I think that we got a good match.
So let's go to mat number 2, and if John, you can give us an update with Tim Doherty of Delsey.
And Tim Doherty still in the lead. He jumped to an early 2-0 lead in the first period on a takedown. He built that lead to 6-3 in the middle period. Started his period on the bottom. Pete Klaus of Haddon Township riding him. 6-3 to score, and there's 53 seconds to go in the match.
Doherty of Delsey on the bottom. He's leading 6-3.
On the bottom, he's leading 6-3, and he's avoiding any type of cradle attempt. Got a stalling call on Doherty on the bottom. He's been called for stalling. He's been called for a caution.
Haddon Township wrestlers known for their cross-body rides going into any type of cradle series. They'll throw it from on their feet. They'll throw it on their knees. They'll throw it from behind. They'll throw it from in front. You can see Klaus of Haddon Township trying to work the cross-body ride and turn over Tim Doherty of Delsey.
Well, he
needs 3 near-fall points to tie this match.
And these matches don't have to be pretty here because this is the pre-quarterfinal round of the state tournament. So you want to win. You got to come out of here with a win. Walk into Friday night to quarterfinal round as a winner coming out of here. That way you're assured of wrestling and you're assured of staying in the tournament. Because even if you lose in the first round Friday night, you do go back into the wrestlebacks. You don't have a shot at the state title, but you do have a shot to keep on wrestling.
8 seconds remaining in the match. Tim Doherty of Delsey winning 6-3, and that'll be it. So Delsey advances yet another wrestler in Tim Doherty. He's now 29-1. So he'll be in Atlantic City on Friday night.
And that's a third Delsey wrestler winning, Nick.
We can take a look at maybe go to mat number 1, where at 152 pounds, I believe Justin Bird of Oakcrest is wrestling John Papineri of Cherry Hill West.
And Justin Bird took a bang on the head there, so you're not going to see him.
Yep,
on
so
the
we have an
mat
injury
right
timeout
now.
on that, Matt. So let's stay on this, Matt. And let's go to 100, I believe, and 45 pounds, where Kip Covington of Overbrook, going up against Kevin Farnham of Haddon Township. Farnham 27-1-0. Kip Covington of Overbrook is 21. And as you mentioned earlier, both these wrestlers' losses coming to Matt Suter of Paulsboro.
Kevin Farnham losing in a dual meet by a single point, although it wasn't as close as the score indicated. And Kip Covington losing to Matt Suter 6-3 in the regions, and that was as close as the score indicated, because Covington had to lead with 15 seconds to go in that match. Only a miraculous Granby to a Peterson. The back points, well known now, pulled out a 6-3 win.
Farnham in on a single, needs to keep Covington in motion, maybe front heel trip or back heel trip. No points awarded. And Farnham rides Covington out of bounds, but no points awarded. Nope, there's the takedown. I'm sorry. Farnham did get the takedown. So
Covington, by the way, Nick, did not have to wrestle her tonight because he was supposed to wrestle Walt Holland of Rancocas Valley. Rancocas Valley's Walt Holland got a chance to move up to the top bracket because Ed McBride of Delran was not able to be here to wrestle. So Covington got a walkthrough, a bye into this particular match.
1:05 remaining in the first period. Farnham of Haddon Township leading 2-0. Both wrestlers seniors. Covington from Region 8. Farnham from Region 7. Kip Covington just 15 seconds away from upsetting Paulsboro's Matt Suter last week. We're going to take an injury timeout here. Farnham may have cut his chin with his headgear, and Dave Stanton, outstanding wrestler for Haddonfield High School.
Goodness. Remember him. What a heavyweight he was. Twice up to the state championships, once in the finals, second in the state, third in the state. Great football player. Brother Nip Stanton was a good wrestler and a fine football player. That was a caution
against
to Farnham.
Covington trying to stand up, tries an outside leg stand up, but unable to get wrist control, so Farnham's able to break him down and put him on the mat. 53 seconds remaining in this first period.
That's Howie O'Neill, the referee, right?
Howie's the referee in the center, and Roy Fenimore is the assistant official for this match. And
yes,
look how explosive Covington is. Unable to get out, but probably one of the matchups of the evening, if you've been following high school wrestling.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, Nick. I mean, after what we saw on Saturday and come right back here on a Wednesday, and this is the pre-quarterfinal round of the state tournament. This is a shame it has to take place here, because one thing it means is that one of these wrestlers cannot be in the state finals, and of course they're probably both the type of wrestler that should be there.
Good power switch by Covington. He gets the reversal and a neutral by Farnham, so it's Farnham 3, Covington 2.
Wow.
24 seconds remaining in the first period.
What explosiveness out there. I mean, what are we giving here now? There's a little okay. Look at this,
let's see if we can look at Covington's power switch. He stands up and he hits this switch as he's going down. Catches Farnham, overextended, turns to the feet. Tries for reverse half Nelson, unable to hold it because Farnham's able to belly down. Covington able to get the reversal, but then as quickly as Covington gets the reversal, Farnham gets the escape.
And I think maybe that might have been the conversation between Howie O'Neill and Roy Fenimore, whether there was a 2 and then a 1, or just a plain 1.
And no points.
And we're looking at a 3-2 score, right, Nick?
That's correct, and we're going into the second period. We're at 145 pounds. And John, I think you hit it on the head. It really is unfortunate that one of these wrestlers will not go on.
There's the corner with Dave Stanton, and of course the old pro, Miller Preston.
Miller Preston.
Been around for many, many years. Took me many years to figure out that his name wasn't Preston Miller.
Well, I was
but
almost
really
going to say Preston Miller, but I think you go out on the limb on that one. Farnham of Haddon Township on top, working a cross body ride, half Nelson. You know, if Covington can get his hips up, you know, if he can get his hips up, slide down, get his lower base, you can see he's trying to get his hips up and slide down. That'll take the leverage off of that move. But, you know, Haddon Township wrestlers really known for their cross-body ride series, and very difficult to get out. So what do you want to do? You don't want to get in.
That's right.
How do you not get in them? Right off the whistle. Wrist control, head up, stand up, and get one. There's the stand up, there's the wrist control, there's the switch.
There's the foul by Farnham.
And
Boy,
there's
he's
the
a
leg
very
in.
good wrestler.
And there's the cross body in.
Yep.
And there's a potentially dangerous going to be called. And Covington of Overbrook will be on the bottom. 1:23 remaining in the second period.
And you know, it's almost automatic that they have to call that, Nick, when they get off the mat like that. But that was just a split second. It would have been interesting to see if that particular move could have been continued, because I think Covington would have gotten at least one. And of course, over in the other corner, you see the old Gray Fox himself, Paul Muriello, who's been around for years and years. What a great brother combination at Overbrook High School that people have been treated to. Larry Muriello, the head football coach for years. Paul Muriello, the head wrestling coach for years. What a combination at that high school.
While we have a little injured timeout, let's ask Steve Anuszewski for an update of mat number 1 between Justin Bird and John Papineri.
Yeah, Nick, Justin Bird leads John Papineri late in the second period, 3-1. First period takedown, Papineri escaped, and then Bird went ahead and got a point. Well, we're getting back to the action on mat number 2, so let's throw it back to you and John.
All right, thanks, Steve. We appreciate that. 1:23 remaining in the second period. Haddon Township's Farnham leading Kip Covington 3-2.
I think it was a Haddon Township caution, Nick, and if so, that's the second one. Next one's a point. He's got to be careful.
Very crucial in a match like this. No way do you want to give up any of those points. And he was so close right there.
Yes.
Covington, you can see he's working very hard to get out, but he doesn't want to get the legs thrown in on him.
Oh, my.
Farnham.
Oh, my.
And you can see Farnham, there was a re-switching going on, and Covington, Farnham very wisely says, listen, I'm giving you 1 instead of 2. With that, it's tied 3-3 with 1 minute, 1 second remaining in the second period. And we have a shoelace timeout.
A shoelace timeout? All right.
So an equipment timeout here, 1:01.
We saw explosiveness right there that we saw down in Region 8. That Covington can really fire out.
And it's tied 3-3, and this match is every bit of expected.
You know, with close to 5,000 people in here, you know what I saw just a minute ago? The wave.
Really?
Look at this. Such strength.
45 seconds.
Oh, reaction by Farnham.
No takedown. Farnham breaks the move, drops down to a single. He's going to try to gather up Covington.
Farnham, the Region 7 champion. Covington, the Region 8 runner-up.
20 seconds remaining in the second period. And a stalemate called. 19 seconds. It's 3-3.
Oh, boy. You can cut this with a knife, this atmosphere, Nick. Oh, my.
Covington in on a double. He's going to back heel trip. No points. He's got a takedown. There's going to be back points. 5 seconds remaining in the second period.
Look at it.
3.
Look at it.
2. 1. And that's it. I don't know. Let's see. There's a pin.
He got it.
They're going to be asking if a pin has been awarded. Did time run out or not?
Oh, I think he got it.
He is confirming.
I think he got it.
And Howie O'Neill's in the center. That pin is going to be awarded. So Kip Covington pins Kevin Farnham of Haddon Township in 4 minutes even. And there it is. Kip Covington moves on to Friday night in Atlantic City. We're going to take a break and come back to more outstanding wrestling right after this. Back Back at 152 pounds, we're at Justin Bird from Oakrest. He's leading 3-2. We're in the third period. And Steve, you've been following this match, so take us through it.
Yeah, Bird opens up with a first period takedown, and Papanieri escapes. And then they've traded escapes to this point. We're in the third. There's 58 seconds to go. Justin Bird, who's the Region 8 runner-up, losing only to Larry DeVault 2 times, 4-1 in the duel. And then in the Region Finals, 2-1. Papanieri, the Region 7 champion, 25-2-1. He lost to a wrestler that we just saw wrestle on mat number 2, Kip Covington, 8-5. Lost to Eric Kelly from Highland, 12-5. He has a tie with Gish from Cherokee.
So Bird, the Region 8 runner-up, leading by a very close 3-2 score.
Papanieri needs a takedown or a stall point.
46 seconds remaining in the third period.
Bird seems to be backing up. Wouldn't be surprised if I see a stall call here, Nick. There's a token shot.
Out of bounds, 34 seconds remaining. Justin Bird able to hold on. It's 3-2. Papanieri, look for, I think you're right, if Papanieri continues taking these shots, look for a stall call. But cross-grain single applied here by Bird, hanging on to a single leg. 24 seconds remaining in the match.
Papanieri's got to get out of bounds, Nick. Bird's going to sit on that line forever. Papanieri's got to get out.
15 seconds remaining. You're absolutely right. He should have pushed him out. He lost about 3 or 4 seconds there.
Oh yeah, Nick. You know you're down by a point and on the line. You definitely do not want to sit, and that's what happened there. 15 seconds to go here in this pre-quarter. Bird trying to advance. Bird's in the upper half of the bracket with Larry DeVault. If they continue winning, they'll meet in the state semifinal Saturday morning. Excuse me. Papanieri on the shot.
And there's a shot by Papanieri, another shot. And there's a stall being called against Bird of Oakrest. That's a stall warning. 9 seconds remaining. If he backs up, he could potentially be hit right off the whistle.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got to go forward.
Tedis will do it. John Tedis, college official. Don't be surprised.
5 seconds. 3 seconds, and Justin Bird of Oakrest will win the match 3-2 over John Papanieri of Cherry Hills West. So Region 8 wrestler advances.
Yeah, Nick, he's advanced, in the quarterfinals of the region, semifinal regions, both with 1-point wins, loses a 1-pointer to DeVault in the region finals, and then advances with a 1-point win here. A lot of close shaves for Justin Bird.
Well, I guess if you're wrestling, it doesn't matter how big you win. You only need 1 point to advance.
That's right, Nick,
and,
especially at this level.
Sure, and it seems like the wrestlers are doing that. So we're now at mat number 2 with Brian Lewis of Highland and Brian Hamlet of Delran. It's 4-0. Brian Lewis of Highland leading. And John, how did he get there?
And Brian Lewis is dominating, Nick. He had a takedown with 55 seconds left in the first period. And he had Brian Hamlet on his back at the buzzer. Got 2 points for a near fall. Brian Lewis walks in 30-1. He's the number 3 seed in the state because they reseeded that weight class yesterday on Tuesday because it was overlooked that Tom McAleer of Gloucester Catholic had beaten Brian Lewis earlier in the year. So Tom McAleer was given the number 2 seed in the state. Brian Lewis is the number 3 seeded wrestler in the state. 30-1 is only lost to Tom McAleer. Brian Hamlet comes in here with 30 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. He lost to McAleer 9-7. There's 2 more back points for Brian Lewis. He lost to Wild of Somerville 2-0, and he had a tie with Garcia of Garfield. Both those wrestlers, Jason Garcia in this tournament, and Wild of Somerville is in this tournament. Pat Wild. Fact is, he's in the same. Well, I'm not sure now. I was going to say he's in the same bracket with Lewis, but they did reseed it, so I'm not positive where he is now.
That's exactly right. We're at 1 minute 4 seconds remaining in the second period. Brian Lewis of Hyden leading 6-0.
And looks very strong, Nick.
Another Delran wrestler,
Yep.
Region 7 in Delran, Delran, again, I can't emphasize, they've had an outstanding year.
Well, they have. Of course, right now, Region 8's having an outstanding night, Nick.
John, I know you've been using the chicken scratch tally sheet over there. What do you have?
Well, we got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weight classes complete, Nick. And 15 times Region 8 has been victorious. 3 times Region 7 has been victorious. Look at this.
And that's a pin by Brian Lewis of
is.
Highland. He stacks Brian Hamlet of Delran. There was 26 seconds remaining in that second period, so that's a 3-minute and 34-second pin for Brian Lewis of Highland.
Amazing. Great effort by Brian Lewis. Brian Lewis, of course, we get a chance to say anything about him. And this is one weight class where Region 7 is going to make some hay because they have 3 other wrestlers at 160. But last year, Brian Lewis was the runner-up in Region 8 to Matt Suter in a great match we remember, Nick, a one-pointer.
Oh, sure. And let's go to Steve Anuszewski on mat number 1.
Yeah, we're on mat number 1 where the number 2 seed now from Gloucester Catholic, number 2 seed in the state tournament, Tom McAleer, 25-1. His only loss also to Kip Covington. He has a 4-2 lead over Keith Zimmerman from Holy Cross. Zimmerman advanced with a 5-2 win over Dan Law of Ocean City in the preliminary round. Here's a guy, Nick, Tom McAleer from Gloucester Catholic, advances to the States, only the second Gloucester Catholic wrestler ever to do so, and if he wins this match, he'll have advanced further than any other Gloucester Catholic wrestler.
And a lot of action on mat number 2. And let's go to John
There's
Vogeding.
the defending state champion, John Koss. He's got Frank Carter of Bedford in trouble. You know, Carter wasn't scored on until the district tournament this year. And then he made the Region 8 finals before he was pinned in those finals by Rob Christian of Delsea High School. And right now, Carter is down
5-0, big 5-point move, 1:22 remaining in the first period.
And you know, Koss, you look at that brace on his right knee, he had kneecap problems last week, and he's a hurting pup. But when you get this far in the state, as you say, the fish don't swim this far upstream, Nick.
That's exactly right. And Koss from Collingswood, the defending 171-pound state champion. And he has a cross-body ride in. Frank Carter, Defford in big trouble, 1 minute 4 seconds remaining. Carter trying to belly down to get off his back. But Koss has him tied up pretty tight, and that's it. 1 minute 3 seconds. It's a 1 minute 3 seconds for the defending state champion, John Koss.
He doesn't want to spend much time on that mat, Nick. He's got a hurting knee, but I'll tell you what, he puts a hurting on the other guy.
There he is, the defending state champion at 171 pounds. And let's go to mat 1 with Steve Anuszewski. We can see Tom McAleer of Gloucester Catholic on top. He's leading 8-2.
As I was saying when we went away, McAleer now with a 10-2 lead in the second period, trying to advance further than any wrestler in Gloucester Catholic history. The only other wrestler, Brad Vesby, advanced in 1986, advanced to the first round of the state tournament.
Steve, this is the first year Gloucester Catholic is in Region 7. They were in Region 8.
Yeah, former District 29 school. McAleer second in District 29 to Matt Suter last year. 1 loss all year to Kip Covington, and he seems to be rolling with 45 seconds to go. He has Zimmerman in a lot of trouble.
Zimmerman,
and at this time, there's a local kid, Adam Fox, who's up on mat number 2.
Zimmerman from Holy Cross beating Ocean City's Dan Law 6-2 in the first round tonight. That's how he has gotten to Tom McAleer.
Right, McAleer seems to be having his way, 13-2, trying to turn Zimmerman to advance to Atlantic City in the quarterfinals. Again, he and Lewis are in the bottom of the bracket. They would not meet until the semifinals. Lewis is the number 3 seed.
Just 3 seconds remaining in the second period. McAleer has Zimmerman in big trouble, but Zimmerman able to survive.
Nick, I want to know how John Vogeding managed to get Suter's 100th win in the Covington-Farnham match on his mat.
Very simple. He has seniority over you, not over me, but that's how we gave it to him. It's really that simple.
I can appreciate that. John was my freshman football coach and freshman wrestling coach a long, long time ago.
So you were able to dog him on TV. That's a good job. So let's go over to mat number 2 where Adam Fox of Woodbury and we're gonna go away. But first, it's 16-3 over on mat number 1, where McAleer is leading 16-3. 2 points away from a technical fault, and it's just the beginning of the third period. Let's go to mat number 1, John Vogeding and Adam Fox, and another rematch for Adam Fox against Roberts of Buna.
Third time this year they've met, Nick. Third time. The first time, Ron Roberts, the outstanding undefeated senior from Buna High School, beat Adam Fox in the Edgewood Tournament Finals 4-3. Last week on Saturday, we saw the two meet again, and it was Ron Roberts getting his 26th win of the year with a 4-2 win over Adam Fox. And of course, Fox went on to win third in the region with a win over East of Washington Township, while Roberts stunned Charlie Phones of Paulsboro with a 5-24 pin. Roberts now 27-0, Adam Fox 23-3. Earlier this evening, he advanced by beating Craig Amser of Allentown 7-1 to reach this point where he is right now. We're 0-0.
This is Buna's second wrestler of the evening. We saw at 103 pounds, Bob Hansen advance with a 5-2 win over Mike Safari of Shawnee. 17 seconds remaining in the first period. It's scoreless. Howie O'Neill, the official for this match. Roy Fenimore, assistant official. Ron Roberts, a very light 189 pounds from what I understand.
But there you see, right there, you see what was so successful in the regions against Charlie Phones.
And with that, we saw Roberts get a 2-point takedown with 2 seconds remaining in the first period.
And of course, the other thing we got to mention is Ron Roberts, at the conclusion of that Region 8 tournament, was giving the Outstanding Wrestler Award by a vote of the coaches.
Little injury timeout here, and we can't break to the first, because unfortunately there's an injury timeout there.
Is that mat 1 over there, or is that mat 1 here?
Well,
or is that mat 2, and this is...
We're gonna say Steve Anuszewski's gonna be mat 1. So we'll give him mat 1. You can be mat 2.
I want to be mat 2.
But it's the beginning of the second period. It's 2-0, Ron Roberts of Buna leading. He's on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm watching him on the bottom, because I tell you what, he's a spunky wrestler. Look at this, look at this.
Little elbow roll.
Oh my, look at Adam Fox come back.
And he has Roberts in trouble, but he's going to run out of match space.
Oh, brother.
Runs out of match space, and Fox had Roberts in a predicament. I mean, he was able to get a half Nelson in. He was able to crank him over, but it was on the wrong side of the line.
Just like tackling a base run around the, run around the football field. Oh, look at Fox. Look at Roberts.
And it's 1 point escape for Roberts of Buna. It's now 3-0.
You know, I didn't have the chance to see Roberts during the year, Nick, and I watched him during the tournament at Anuszewski High School. I saw him have a tech fall in one round. I saw him win close against Fox in the semifinals. But I'll tell you what, in the finals, he sure showed me a lot of heart, a lot of desire, and a lot of skill.
Let's go to Steve's just so that we can get an update on mat number 1 on the McAleer match. Just a score.
Yeah, Nick, what happened there? Tom McAleer, Gloucester Catholic won by a technical fall in 5 minutes and 40 seconds over Zimmerman of Holy Cross, excuse me. Now back to you guys on mat number 2.
All right, thanks, Steve. So McAleer advances on a tech fall.
Adam Fox so close to getting a takedown there, Nick. In deep on Ron Roberts. They got to the out-of-bounds line, and Roberts spun around. They went out of bounds. No points given.
Another injury timeout. But on mat number 1, it looks like another Delsey wrestler, 171-pound weight class, Rob Christian of Delsey, going up against John DeTallo of Holy Spirit. Delsey has 4 wrestlers. We're momentarily on a little injury timeout here, but this wrestler's going for their 4th.
There was this move on the out-of-bounds line. Look how close Fox was. He's trying to keep his knees up. He gets possession. He gets the 2, but then watch Roberts fight back, try to spin behind, and then they both go out of bounds before there's any kind of control, so there's no takedown.
A little controversy there, but it's 3-0. 57 seconds remaining in the second period. And as I was saying, Delsey has their 4th wrestler on the mat, trying for their 4th win. and they have 5 in the tournament. Let's go to Steve just to get a comment on how many Delsey really has.
Nick, they've already advanced 4 into, they've advanced Ed Gross, Joe Belinsky, Derek Maiden, and Tim Doherty into the quarterfinals of the States. Here's a team that had 6 losses, but all their matches were close, and you can see why. They've got some studs on this team. Here's the Rob Christian, a seeded wrestler at 107. He's an unseeded wrestler, an unseeded wrestler at 171 pounds, wrestling the Cinderella story, John Dotolo of Holy Spirit.
Thanks, Steve. And it's 27 seconds remaining in the second period here. Fox and Roberts of Buena leading 3-0. And again, another matchup where wrestlers have met so many times during the year. It's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for Adam Fox because he has really wrestled Ron Roberts tough. I mean, 4-3, 4-2. You know, Charlie Phones really had a great win against Adam Fox in the district finals, and yet Roberts seemed to have Phones' number the other night in the region finals, and here Adam Fox is putting the pressure on again.
8 seconds remaining in the second period. And that'll do it for the second period. Roberts will take a 3-0 lead. 189-pound weight class. The winners advance to Atlantic City Convention Hall, the first time it's going to be held down there. And there's the Buena coaching staff, head coach Doug Castellari to the left. Region champ from Buena High School, All-American from Temple University. First-year head coach, done a real fine job.
Oh, has he ever, has he ever. And you know, what a treat he's had in his team. That youngster at 103 pounds, that Bob Hansen, who's already advanced to the quarterfinal round as a winner tonight. And of course, this Ron Roberts, who a lot of people thought maybe Charlie Phones would be in a better position to win in Region 8, but boy, Roberts really showed us a lot in that final.
1:39 remaining in the third period. I believe Buena ended up 14th in the state in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
So, not a bad showing.
Well, you know, Jefferson ended up #1 in the state by a vote of 9-2. We talked about that on the show that we did previewing the state tournament. Steve Anuszewski was in on that meeting up there, and
well, that was dangerous having both of you guys in one room.
Well, Jefferson had a great year and Peaburg had a great year, but it was Jefferson 1, Phillipsburg 2, Brick Memorial 3 with a 10-1 record, and we could have got some measure of comparison had they been able to compete in the groups this year and advance and possibly go up against Phillipsburg, but it never came to be because of the problem at the shore with that herpes simplex. And Paulsboro's #4, Highland #5, and as you mentioned, Buena #14. That's quite a plum for Buena.
Not bad, and 1:07 remaining in this match.
Now,
Fox
Roberts in control.
down by 3. Yeah, Roberts in total control right now, but Fox in a good position to get an escape, maybe work a Peterson roll. But there's going to be a stall warning called against Roberts of Buena. That's his first.
That's for that what we call that parallel ride, Nick. That I always confuse with the perpendicular ride.
Well, we'll just say he's riding side by side.
Yeah.
So if he's been called for stalling.
The safe way.
Yeah. Fox trying for a switch, but Roberts able to counter him. Rides him out of bounds, and we started in the center. 54 seconds remaining.
What were you telling me the other day? That when Roberts weighed in the other night for the Region 8 tournament, he's a light 88 pounder?
Yeah, I believe he's a light 88 pounder. 45 seconds remaining in the third period.
He may be late, but I tell you, he must be strong because Adam Fox is no weakling, Nick, and Roberts is certainly controlling him on the mat.
Roberts leading 3-0.
Boy, 30 seconds to go, and it's been all Ron Roberts.
Look for the Peterson roll. He's down there. He's trying to get his left arm through. 24 seconds remaining.
I think he's going to run out of time, Nick.
10 seconds. Roberts has Fox broken down. 5 seconds. Roberts leading 3-0, and there's going to be a stall warning called against Roberts of Buna. It's now 3-1 with 3 seconds remaining.
And it looks like a little bit of a cramp on Ron Roberts. He just wants to get in and get out of this one. 3 seconds.
A Granby roll applied by Fox, unable to come away with any points. And Roberts of Buna wins this match 3-1.
And the 3rd time this year, Ron Roberts has beaten Adam Fox. But you know, the good thing is, Ron Roberts goes to Atlantic City as a winner. And if he wins that night, Adam Fox gets a chance to wrestle at least one more time.
And we'll take a break from Cherry Hill East High School and come back with more wrestling right after this. And we're back, and we're going to go to mat number 1 at 171 pounds, where Rob Christian of Delsey leading 6-4 with 51 seconds remaining in the 3rd period.
Got a close one here, Nick. He's wrestling John DeTola from Holy Spirit, 25-1-1, 3rd in Region 8. DeTola, only in his 2nd year of wrestling. Christian, Region 8 champion. DeTola, Christian looking for a spladle with 30 seconds to go in a 2-point lead. I don't know if this is a smart move, Nick. All you need to do here is advance.
DeTola looking for a Peterson roll. I think that's why Christian may feel a little off balance, but Christian able to stay with the hold.
15 seconds to go, Nick. He needs to get behind and break him down.
He's working
Christian,
Western ride.
Christian looks like he's going to advance, but DeTola gave him all he could handle, Nick. Great job by this junior. Remember this junior from Holy Spirit.
He was 20.
John DeTola.
He was 26-1-1. Now he's 26-2-1. But Rob Christian of Delsey moves on.
I guess we should go over to the other mat, Nick. We've got a Paulsboro wrestler out on mat number 2.
So on mat number 2 is Paulsboro's 189-pound wrestler, Charles Phones. Phones going up against
Greg O'Neill of Cherry Hill West, Nick. 2 seniors. Phones got an early takedown. O'Neill just escaped. It's a 2-1 match right now.
Phones 4th in the state last year.
4th in the state last year and shocked in the Region 8 finals, as we saw on Saturday when Ron Roberts pinned him in the 3rd period. Phones 25 wins, 2 losses. His first loss early in the year at the Caldwell tournament, and his 2nd loss in the Region 8 finals. Earlier this evening, he beat Ryan Stauffer of Lenape, who was 4th in Region 7. He beat him 18-6. As I said, Greg O'Neill, senior, comes in here with 23 wins, 2 losses.
He is the hometown favorite. This is his high school, so he's got to feel comfortable here.
This is his gymnasium. This is his territory.
Phones, cross-grain single, gets to the behind, gets the takedown. He now leads 4-1. So Phones of Paulsboro leads 4-1, 18 seconds remaining in the 1st period.
Okay, Nick, we're down on
mat number 1.
Here we have the other bracket of 189 pounds. I'm sorry, heavyweight. We have Steve Randazzo out there against Bill Duff.
The wrestler that I've wanted to see all night, Duff, 31-1. He is a junior and an outstanding wrestler for Del Rand.
What a great match. We're
back at 189 with Charles Phones of Paulsboro on top.
And he's leading 4-1 on a pair of takedowns. Look at this move. He's got to stay with him.
5 seconds in the 1st period. And Dave Smith gives the escape to O'Neill. Score now, Phones 4, O'Neill of Cherry Hill East 2. Beginning of the 2nd period.
Defers his choice. Looks like Greg O'Neill is going to take the defensive position to start the 2nd period. 4-2 to score. That Duff is impressive, that heavyweight on the...
Yeah, I see everyone's cheating over there and looking over on that mat. Phones, why we're doing
escape.
Sure, while we're doing that, Phones elects the freestyle starting position and lets O'Neill up.
Here again, Nick, you know, we've said so many times, you let him up, you better be able to take him down. Now, he got 2 takedowns in the 1st period, but it's now 4-3 on 3 escapes. dangerous territory.
.130 remaining in the second period. And O'Neal trying to spin behind. Real close to getting a takedown, but Phones able to face him. And that quickly, O'Neal in on a double. If Phones can stay with the Wizard. But Phones unable to hold that off. And O'Neal gets the takedown on the line. So O'Neal now leads 5-4, all because Phones elected to let him up and thought maybe he could take him down, but it backfired, and O'Neal now leads 5-4.
Now what Phones has to do, he has to explode off the bottom. You know, he knows he's in a cat fight here. It's not going to be easy. They're all tough at this level. He's got to keep moving. He found out the other night when he didn't move against Ron Roberts, he got in trouble.
O'Neal working for a Hamilton ride, trying to tilt Paulsboro's Charles Phones.
And he got tilted the other night against Ron Roberts, and that was part of the early lead that Roberts helped build by getting back points. Phones has to get up to his base.
O'Neal, Cherry Hill East High School, working a cross-face cradle series. And he tilts Phones on the line.
If he does it inbounds, he gets back points. If
O'Neal
got him across the line, you see this head and shoulders clearly out of bounds.
Well, if O'Neal can scoot back in with Phones in the cradle,
Here it is.
He's turning him
back in.
And what a nice cradle here. And he has it tight.
He's in trouble.
24 seconds remaining. 24 seconds remaining in the second period.
He's in
O'Neal,
trouble.
Cherry Hill East, if he can put his head in the side of the Phones'
There
temple,
it is.
it could be it.
There it is.
10 seconds. 9, 8, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. 7 seconds remaining in the second period. And Cherry Hill East High School wrestler Greg O'Neal pins Paulsboro's Charles Phones. 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, brother.
So this may be maybe the biggest upset of the evening.
Well, that's got to be one of them.
Placing fourth last year in state competition, will not return for Friday Night Wrestling.
Well, he will return Friday night as a loser to that champion, but that champion has to win Friday night, or Phones cannot finish where he finished last year in the state.
So
if McNeil were to lose if O'Neal were to lose on Friday night in that first round, he would continue to wrestle, but Charlie Phones will be out of the tournament completely.
So this is one of those spots where Phones is rooting for the person who just pinned him to win. And we're now at mat number 1, where Bill Duff of Delran is leading 10-0 over Steve Randazio of Haddon Township High School. 1 minute remaining in the second period, and Steve Anuszewski's with us.
Yeah, halfway through the match, and this has been all Bill Duff, Nick. He just gets a stalling point there. He's controlled Randazzo the whole way. Randazzo on the bottom. Bill Duff has just had a super year. His only loss all year, Nick, was by an illegal slam against Milledge from Somerville. So really, with the exception of that, Bill Duff's undefeated, and he's got him in trouble again.
30 seconds remaining. He's leading 11-0.
There's two back points being held down. So be smart to release the hold, maybe get 2 more and get the technical fall.
He's going for the fall. And he may have it. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. He has Randazzo in trouble. 3 seconds. But Randazzo able to survive the second period. It's now 14-0 for Delran's Bill Duff.
Randazzo, who advanced through the last round, not really a surprise, but you know, a really good match he had with Phil Clayhar, Nick, of Bridgeton.
Well, we saw Clayhar in Region 8 competition, who was a very good wrestler.
A big kid, too, and he had Randazzo on his back, and really, you know, Randazzo did a great job fighting off, and he's just in against a superior wrestler. Randazzo's only a junior, Nick. And Duff, Duff
And,
also a junior.
Sure, let's go to mat 2. Obviously, Bill Duff will win this match, and we'll go to mat 2 where the last heavyweight match of the evening is on, and John Vogeding's with us.
And you see Jim Cerlante of Hamilton with a big H on his chest. He's up against DeAndre Ford from Willingboro with a big W on his desk. This match is
12 seconds remaining in the first period.
2-1.
And 2-1, I believe Cerlante may be leading. So Cerlante is leading 2-1. He's on the bottom for the second period. And have both heavyweight matches going on right now, so this will be the completion of the first and second rounds of Super Region 7 and 8 wrestling.
There's 2 more points for the Hamilton wrestler. He takes a 4-1 lead.
So Cerlante leading 4-1. And you can see
he's a tough wrestler.
You can see the result of mat number 1. Bill Duff technical fall of his opponent.
DeAndre Ford's only loss was to that wrestler, Bill Duff, Nick. His only loss. Cerlante's only loss, of course, we mentioned it on the Region 8 telecast the other day to Brian Bartell of Edgewood, as we see DeAndre Ford get an escape. The only wrestler that pinned his way through the Region 8 tournament was Jim Cerlante, the winningest wrestler in Hamilton history, the first regional champion in Hamilton history. And of course,
Cerlante in on a single.
Going into this very bout, does not get the takedown, so it stays 4-2. But going into this very bout, Nick, Region 7 with only 7 wrestlers that survived the evening as winners.
Region 8 having 18 so far.
At this
and
point.
We have one Region 8 wrestler right now, and that is Jim Cerlante of Hamilton.
He is the lone survivor of the heavyweights from Region 8. We got a stall warning on the red anklet.
I believe that's going to be against
DeAndre Ford.
Yep, that's correct. So Ford being called for stalling.
Oh, look at Cerlante. Look at Cerlante.
I was just going to say, John, what impresses me is this heavyweight going in on another heavyweight on a single leg, lifting him up in the air. Usually when you watch heavyweights, they try some duck unders, they try some outside single legs.
Got to be careful here, though, that DeAndre Ford's got the sprawl.
This is one of the downsides of going in on a heavyweight. You can be flattened out, and you can be taken down. But Cerlante, obviously a very strong wrestler, able to get back to his feet and start over.
Well, what a crowd on hand tonight, Nick. Of course, they're all filing out now, with this being the very last bout of the evening. But I would say estimating 5,000 or more people crammed in here tonight. And what's some great wrestling. Oh, look at his headlock. Oh, he's gonna block the roll through. He can't get rolled. Oh, brother, no points yet. No points yet.
You can see Ford working a reverse near half, but Cerlante gets the headlock with just 5 seconds remaining in the second period.
Does he have time?
3,
Does he have time?
2, and Ford will survive this second period, but a big 5-point move.
Wow.
For Jim Cerlante of Hamilton. It's now 9-2. It looks like, if I recall, that was the same move Cerlante used in the region finals
against Philip Clayhar of
Bridgeton
High School. And earlier this evening, Clayhar was eliminated from competition by losing in that first round.
And you can see the crowd now filing out, but they didn't start filing out until after Bill Duff's match. And good 4,000 people here tonight.
Oh, at least.
And we have an injury timeout right now. Ford Ford of Willingboro injured.
Excuse me, Philip Clayhar of Bridgeton earlier this evening was pinned by Steve Randazzo of Haddon Township, the wrestler that just lost to Bill Duff just a few minutes ago. See DeAndre Ford on the mat. Jimmy Baxter, his coach, been around for a long, long time. Wow, what an end to an exciting evening, Nick. And Region 8, boy.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not really dissatisfied by the way that this tournament has been run, the caliber wrestling that we've seen. I'm just happy that the the third night of wrestling has not been canceled for high school wrestling. You know, you've had 3 nights. There was a potential that that maybe only the top 16 would go, and we would only have 2 nights of state wrestling championships. But the state committee able to keep 3 rounds of wrestling, or 3 nights of wrestling going. And you know, maybe next year they'll be able to find a facility that'll be able to hold the 3 nights real close together.
Let's hope so. A lot of talk about your alma mater being the host next year, Rutgers University, and that would be a fine place to go. I'm sure you'd like to stomp around in your old grounds up there again.
Sure, I'd be able to show the boys around. No question about that. And of course, Channel 5 would keep us there for the whole week, prepping and surveying the area and getting the camera angles. But third period, 1:20 remaining. Jim Chalante of Hamilton leading.
9-3.
9-3 over DeAndre Ford of Willingboro. The last match of the evening.
Boy, have we seen some great matches. How about that Covington?
Very exciting, huh? He pins Farnham 4 minutes flat, right on the buzzer.
No slouch. I mean, Kevin Farnham is a daggone good wrestler. And Covington pins him. You know, another Suter Covington rematch in the state finals. Very much a possibility. You don't count your chickens before they hatch, but definitely a possibility as you see DeAndre Ford putting the pressure on here, getting a takedown. That closes the gap,
It's
Nick.
now 9-5, Chalante of Hamilton leading. Chalante on the bottom, you can see he's working for a Peterson roll. He's got the arm trapped, he's got the leg trapped.
Ford's got to break him down, Nick. Try and turn him over. His only salvation.
There it is. He throws the half from the far side, trying to extend Chalante.
Chalante just a tough wrestler, Nick. He was a tough football player. He's been an exceptionally tough wrestler.
15 seconds remaining, and the action's going to stop for a stalemate, but Chalante just 15 seconds away from advancing. The last match of the evening, an outstanding first round for Region 7 and 8 tonight.
What do we got? 15 seconds left, Nick, and another injury timeout.
Another injury timeout. DeAndre Ford in his corner, getting some attention.
Well, maybe some people believe in miracles, and I'm not going to jinx anybody, but I'm giving the win to Chalante, which means
you're penciling it in, huh?
Region 8 had 19 winners this evening. Region 7, I count 7.
Well, John, as usual, I will just have to nod to your great accounting.
That would add up to 26, 2 per weight class.
So we're going to start 15 seconds remaining in this last and final match of the evening.
And final broadcast of the year, Nick. It's been a great year.
Slowly coming to an end. We've seen some outstanding wrestling here on Channel 5. 10 seconds. There's the reversal for Jim Chalante of Hamilton. He's going to win this match 11. He's going to let his wrestler up. He's going to win this match 11-6.
Wow. What a way to end. First regional champion in Hamilton's history, and he wins very impressively. 11-6, and that makes 19 winners for Region 8 wrestlers, 7 for Region 7.
And we're going to take a break and come back to a wrap-up right after this. And we're back at Cherry Hill East High School, where we just wrapped up the first inaugural Super Region 7 and 8. And I guess the telling story tonight, Steve, is Delsea Regional High School?
Delsea, 5 guys in state quarters, and you don't realize it because you're not at Princeton, where if you advance that many people to Friday night all winning up there, I mean, you walk on the mat and you look like the #1 team in the state. Here's the team's ranked 25th, 6 losses, but what some great individuals and some great efforts tonight to get really, 5 guys into the quarterfinals. Super job.
Sure, and another super job, John, Region 8, and how they fared.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you, what did Region 7 end up with? 7 wrestlers out of 26 who survived. Just an exceptional evening for Region 8. Right on down the line from top to bottom, starting out with that Bobby Hansen, the Buna kid at 103, right on down to heavy, or Jim Cerlante from Hamilton. Of course, as Steve pointed out, the great performance by Delsey. 2 Paulsboro wrestlers advanced, although Larry DeVault given a scare of his life by being tossed on his back in the first period. Comes back to pin his man, but just some great performances. The 3 state champions all advanced. Matt Suter, Larry DeVault, John Koss of Collingswood. Exceptional evening.
Sure, and let's talk about Matt Suter very briefly, of course, but he gets his 100th win, the only junior ever to do that.
That's true. Patrick Lynch held the record before of most wins in the state by a junior. That was 98. Matt Suter surpassed it with his championship win in Region 8. And, of course, tonight he joins another special plateau, the 28th wrestler in South Jersey history to win 100 matches.
Sure, and we've talked about Buna High School tonight, and they have 2 advancing, Steve.
Yeah, Ron Roberts, the Region 8 champ at 189, advances, and Bobby Hansen, the freshman sensation, 103, gets his 28th win tonight. 28-0 going into the state quarterfinals, and don't count either one of those wrestlers out of winning a state title.
Sure, there's a potential for that. So I guess, gentlemen, we're going to have to wrap it up here at Cherry Hill East. This is the last broadcast for high school wrestling, and John, I know you're sad because you live and breathe the sport of wrestling, but you're going to move on. I think you're going out to the Nationals.
Well, we'll be going to Atlantic City this weekend to see the state tournament, and then flying out to Oklahoma City next Wednesday. We don't have very many South Jersey wrestlers out there this year competing. Greg Casamano from this high school, Cherry Hill East, will be there, and Eric Saunders from Overbrook High School, and we saw what Covington did this evening. Those are 2 wrestlers from South Jersey who'll be out there, but after what I saw tonight, if some of these guys consider going away to school, we'll see a few more out there in the future.
Sure, and Steve Anuszewski will be staying in Paulsboro along with me. I'll be in Paulsboro also, and but of course that is the wrestling hotbed in South Jersey, if not New Jersey. But for Steve Anuszewski, John Vogeding, I'm Nick Burzichelli. Thanks for watching Channel 5. We'll see you next year.